Hey, what's up YouTube and Triple T members? Jeremy Barber here, owner of Trading the Trend chat room on Discord. There is a link in the video description. It is free to come check us out. So I put out a video earlier showing how I go through the routine of narrowing down my scan to just a few. So now I am going to go through and come up with our final end of day list. I usually get down to about 3 to 6 maybe, but I'm going to show you the final steps that I go through to put out that list. Here it is. Okay, so here is the making of the final end of day list. I had about 8-9 tickers earlier. I'm actually not even going to look at those whenever I'm going through my scan this time. I want to make sure that they still are showing on my scan and they are still good plays. So I'm just going to run my scan again. I'm going to go through it a lot quicker this time, more normal speed. What I did earlier was to kind of talk you through the process and what I'm thinking as I'm looking at these. So here's another one that I didn't see earlier. Like this one over 133. Okay, and again, I'm going through the same process that I was going through earlier. I'm looking at the chart, looking at the float, looking at what's short, looking at the average volume, making sure everything falls into what I like to see. Huge float on this one. Everything else looks good. Breaking over a resistance at 65, sitting only 2 cents above it, maybe 3.5%. You'll notice that many of the ones that were on the list earlier are no longer on here. They could have fallen where they no longer meet my criteria. Volume could have dried up on them. Gap up. Again, I don't typically like trading these. 158 to 168. Closing over this. 171 would have been a resistance line. So it looks like we're probably going to end up about with the same number of tickers that we had earlier. Maybe a few more. Then we can move on. Yeah, and this one right here still looks good. It looks like it's actually broke into the gap now. Be playing this one as a close over 27.25 area. So it's about 75 cents off, about 3% off of support there. Okay, so we've got 11 tickers now. So we added a few, some of them dropped off. So now what I'm going to do is go to earningswhisper.com right here. Let me extend up so you can see the top of this. I don't have a subscription to them or anything. Now I'm simply going to go through and confirm that none of these have ER, June 9th. So we're good on that. The 25th, so we're good on that. March 17th after the close. I really like to see when we have an earnings report coming up soon. I don't want to hold through it, but there are often times where you'll get a run leading into earnings report, people buying it thinking that they're going to beat or they're going to announce some news or whatever the case may be. So if we can capitalize on that run up to earnings report, then I'll take that, but I'm definitely not going to hold through any earnings report. And you often see, the reason I check is because you often get those run-ups, which will come with increased volume. So you can be buying before earnings report and not even realize that it's coming up. This one is not even coming up at all. Last one. Okay, so we don't have any that have an earnings report. So now that we know that we don't have to worry about getting stuck in any earnings report, we can take a look at some more advanced charting on these plays. So I'm always going to look at the daily chart to decide what I'm going to buy. Again, right here, our open 27.39, so we're about 60 cents off support, but we're running right into the $28 mark. So this one, going to leave alone. Okay, so this has been on quite a run. Nice solid uptrend. We're up above the 20. 160 be support. I don't like how much this is pulled back. I don't like to see this long top wick, so take that one out. And this one had resistance around 324, 322 area. You can see where it's ran into it a couple times, couldn't get the close over it. This is one that I'm going to take with a close over 324. $15.94. We're right in the middle of a gap, about 15 up to $17.50. The risk to reward's just not there. This one's too much right in the middle. This one was not on the scan earlier, so it's popped up recently. Up about 12% on the day. You know, I'm typically buying tickers that are up 5 to 15%. I really like this play as well. Right there. Our next resistance is going to be we'll have the open of this candlestick around $2, and then we'll be looking at 210. Again, from where it's at right now, I'll take $2 all day. So this is going to be another one with a close over 171. $137, $148, so we're up about 11 cents. I know it's a oil and gas ticker, and I typically don't like to trade it. I'm going to put that one as a maybe. Go through the rest of the list. I don't like it's up about 8% off of what I would be playing as support. 155, so you know that's only 7 cents up to this potential, so that's a strong maybe on that one. We'll see. Hopefully we can find a few other charts that I like better. Okay, looks like this one has pulled back. Looking for a close over this right here. We're right under it right now. This is one that had the huge float on it. If we were up above this line, I like this trade. So we're going to put that one as another potential one. I like that better than the previous one, PFIE. So that one's a stronger maybe. Okay, we got a big gap on this one right here. Open on this day was 21.13, so I like NLS with a close over 21.13. Here we're trying to break into a gap, small gap, This was another one that had a pretty large float. Yeah, I don't really like this one on closer examination. Here's one that is right up against this resistance, 134. We're right up against it. That's a risky play right there. We clear that. You can see 150. I know this is loosely related to cryptocurrency somehow. Not exactly sure. Again, I look at charts mostly. I catch little blips of news. So I do know it's crypto related somehow, but if we can close over that 134, I like this one. Again, if it's hanging out right there and we don't know what it's going to do, wait till very last minute to buy and see where it closes. Looks like we're just breaking above now. Again, this is the daily chart that I'm looking at. The last ticker I have, this one, let's see, up about 10% on the day. Pretty large candlestick. I'm gonna go out, look at okay. Yeah, another oil and gas, but I just don't see enough there. There hasn't been enough movement. Let me try to take out some of this and see if we can get, I'm looking at, this was a year's worth of candlesticks. Yeah, I don't see much on this one. So, got it down to four plays right now, and I will go ahead and put out that list. Okay, so there is the end of day list for today. These are to buy today and sell tomorrow whenever we have profit or max loss gets hit, and that's going to be dependent on your position size. I typically don't want to see more than 1% of my account loss on any single play. So where you have your stop loss is all dependent on how big your position size is. Thanks for watching. Good luck and stay green.